Tailored Lights is excited to highlight the architecture of your home or business and provide a warm environment that feels safe. And for those outside the Lincoln area, they do ship across the country and are happy to work with anyone near or far with lights anywhere from 18 inches to 110 inches. Enhance your curb appeal with an exquisite tailored light today. Call 402-432-2572 or go to tailoredlights.com.
Join Planet Fitness now and get the PF Black Card for only $24.99 a month. You'll enjoy an upgraded experience with tons of perks.
Like access to more than 2,000 locations worldwide?
Yep.
And massage chairs?
Yes.
Can I bring a friend every time?
Sure.
Can my friend be a horse?
Nay. Sorry. Get the PF Black Card and feel fit-tacular. Only $24.99 a month. Our most popular membership, the PF Black Card, is your ticket to getting all the perks. Join today. See Club for details.
Load up on meat and more this holiday season at the Mercado by Certified Piedmontese at 84th and Havelock. This week's specials through December 19th is spend $40 and get a free ribeye. Keep posted to the Mercado's social media pages for other specific daily deals from the 13th through the 24th. Don't forget their 2 new locations now open at 30th and Yankee Hill in Lincoln and 168th and Maple in Omaha. Get to the Mercado today for the best meat in town.
Alexa, play 93.7 The Ticket.
Okay, playing 93.7 The Ticket.
Alexa, turn down the lights.
Dimming the lights.
Alexa, order a pizza. The big one. All the toppings.
Are you sure that's a good idea?
Alexa.
That's a lot of pizza for just one man.
Alexa, just do it. Stop judging me, just do it.
As you wish.
Thanks, Alexa. You're my best friend.
Sandhills Global is hiring. Check out sandhills.jobs for more information. Sandhills is looking to fill hundreds of new openings in sales, traveling support, software development, web design, and more. Sandhills has a professional culture and is fast-paced with a focus on growth, innovation, and leading-edge technologies. Career and internship opportunities are available at our global headquarters in Lincoln, Nebraska. Apply today at sandhills.jobs. Your Christmas list changes a lot as you get older. Dreams of video games, remote control cars, and baseball gloves turn into dreams of shoes. You know, practical things. Brown Shoe Fit is the king of shoes in Lincoln, with brands like Sorel, UGG, Brooks, Hoka, and more to make you fashionable and comfortable. Grab a new Ridge wallet or buy 3, get 1 free on Smart Wool socks for the ultimate stocking stuffer. And don't forget a reliable gift card for that hard-to-buy person in your life. Brown Shoe Fit at 66th and Q in Lincoln.
Coming at you live from the heart of Lincoln, America. This is Old School, sponsored by the Mercado by Certified Piedmontese. Broadcasting veteran Derek Pearson.
When you find something that moves them, that makes them smile, celebrate it. That's your task. That's your superpower.
Nebraska Football Hall of Famer Jay Foreman.
Rifles a pass. It was tipped. It's picked off by Foreman. He's at the 15, 10, 5. He'll score!
On 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
What up? Happy Tuesday. Jay Foreman, Austin Orman, coming at you live from 1040 O Street. We are Old School, brought to you by the Mercado, Certified Piedmontese Special Ingredients and Butcher Shop, 84th and Havelock, 30th and Yankee Hill. DP is out of town handling DP business, so we are going to keep it moving and jiving. Good crossover with Strick, though. Big day.
Full stack.
Yeah, he is. Back. Yeah, he is. Mondays, I think he's just a little. We got to figure out a name that he's an imposter. You know what I mean? We got to figure out a name for him. Yeah, maybe he's still in East Stricky mode.
He's East Move now.
Oh.
Cluster called him East Move because he got nothing to prove.
Okay, well then, okay.
That's an option.
Yeah, well then there it is. We're gonna ask him who he is every day, which one. But good crossover. I mean, it's a big day tomorrow. Look, it's good anytime when you think about it, you get Carter Nelson, you get Dylan Raiola, and then you get Daniel Kalen and some other guys like that. You get Bricks. That's a pretty good haul for Nebraska. It's a great year, regardless of where they're at. So, everything should hold true, and everything be positive tomorrow and exciting. But right quick, we got about 6 minutes. 6 minutes. We're gonna jump in and start some NFL stuff. we'll start right at the very last game, which is Philly on the road in Seattle, which was a lot was on the line for that game. Philly could have ended up being 11-3. Obviously, they lost and at the very last second. It's 10-4. They're in the wild card now, so that's a big drop for them to be. I think the number 1 seed to now.
They were the 2 behind San Fran with the tiebreaker.
Okay, so they would have been the number 2 seed and went to 5 or 6. That's a big drop. That's on the road in the playoffs if it started today. Lost momentum, especially with Dallas getting beat. So then you would gain almost a half I call it 3/4 games back because, Dallas beat you a few weeks ago. So there was a lot on the game. Obviously, Jalen Hurts was under the weather, looked under the weather. Even after the game, obviously, he looked just very worn out. But they just haven't looked very good offensively like they did last year. And then the defense is a little bit weak at the second level, and which is affecting the third level, which obviously got taken advantage of tenfold last night and have been essentially all season. Even when you think about when they were able to beat Buffalo, they got cooked in the secondary.
And not James cooked.
No, and they weren't running them there.
No.
They weren't running them enough then. And they have struggled defensively, and it's a little bit tied into the offense because they're not getting as much, third and longs or having the lead. So where you're able to really get after the quarterback. But look, I wouldn't. The sky's not falling, but they're going to have to work a lot harder than they did last year. And I think it's hurt Philly going to the Super Bowl and losing, because if you went to the Super Bowl and won and still lost both coordinators, you still have your Super Bowl victory. Now you went to the Super Bowl and lost, and they took both of your coordinators. And guess what? Your offense doesn't look as crisp. Your defense certainly doesn't. What's his I know his last name is Dizzy, the D coordinator that was from this year, or was promoted this year.
Sean Desai.
Sean Desai. Then Sirianni put, of all people, Matt Patricia as the final say. He went from like a kind of a defensive consultant to essentially defensive coordinator. Here's what's funny. When Darius Slay played for Detroit, Matt Patricia got mad at him for going and seeing his, I guess, cornerback trainer and essentially benched him. And that's how he ended up in Philly. And then this is the dude calling it. But when you think about it, it hasn't been the defensive calls. It's been the execution. So it's actually on the defensive back coach, as far as the lack of communication on the back end. They played a little bit better, but you're going up against a backup quarterback in Seattle, and you still weren't able to pull it through.
A backup quarterback and a rookie wide receiver.
Right.
Toasted you. That final.
Yeah, he did. He Randy Mossed you there, and he did the same. It looked like Rose Bowl against Utah.
Right.
And but he's a dude, though.
He is.
But then, again, your defense just gave up a ton of run yards to Kenneth Walker III.
Who was the best player in that game?
Yeah, by far. But it all points back to your offense. You look out of sync. You have looked out of sync all year. I think the expectations were way too high. And even when Jalen Hurts said, we have to commit more. We need more commitment. Our execution has been lacking all year. So that's the crispness in the route running. That's also what I think. Was it Gobert or was it Gobert?
Dallas Goedert.
Dallas Goedert. I'm killing people's last names. Dallas Goedert's been hurt, and that hurts a lot, right? Because look, I always say this: if you want to have an explosive tight end, or explosive offense, start with the tight end, and then build outwards.
Sure.
He's been in and out of the lineup, kind of some weird freak injuries, and so he's starting to come back. He hasn't been on target or consistent with Brown or Smith, and really they've been, even in the first game of the year, they were reluctant to use Swift, but when he plays well,
right? And
then it's kind of like, okay, we'll play this well, or play you do well. All right, go sit down for a quarter. It's the weirdest thing. You traded for him, right? And because you got rid of Miles Sanders, who went to Carolina, you bring him in via trade, on draft day trade, I think it was, and you barely use him. And he's productive. And you have one of the best offensive lines when healthy. And if you're having some guys transition, hope Cam Jurgens is okay. the easiest thing to do is come in and run block. Right. And you bring in a new right guard where Cam Jurgens was injured, and the first thing you do is drop back and play action pass off the RPO one time, and you hadn't been doing either. So I think the continuity in the play calling and the rhythm has been off, which makes the quarterback be off. And when you have a quarterback that's out of sync with his receivers, you've seen some passes, the lack of accuracy compared to last year, lack of separation, and the confidence overall of the team, I think, is a little bit lower, and it's going to be interesting to see how they recover.
It looks like Jalen Hurts is thinking a lot about the play call, about what to do. The offensive line, is still solid, but not quite as dominant as it was last year. Got stopped on the tush push a couple times. You know, Seattle did it. Yeah. They cracked the code. Pete Carroll, look at that guy go. But yeah, I mean, an offense with Devontae Smith, A.J. Brown, DeAndre Swift, Jalen Hurts, Dallas Goedert, when he's healthy, shouldn't ever put up just 17 points in the game against an okay at best Seattle defense. Credit to the Seahawks. They were up to the challenge. They did it. But I think so many of Philly's problems are Philadelphia inflicted, more so than anything that opponents are doing to them, which you could say the same for last year's Super Bowl winner, the Chiefs. Yeah. Right? The starter dynamic offense with the tight end. You still have that. But that's how bad the receivers have been there. Philly doesn't have that excuse. Still has the receiver, still has a stud running back, MVP runner-up at quarterback, solid offensive line. So I know you're big on the player accountability, right? Yeah. Players have to take accountability for that. But it feels like you're saying the process isn't quite there behind the scenes. Yeah. So the players aren't, able to play as fast as free, use their gifts as well.
Yeah, they're not as confident in the play caller. You got to think you have, if you think Jalen Hurts, you got DeAndre Swift, Dallas Goedert, A.J. Brown, Devontae Smith, and then Julio Jones is like your throw-in. You have a Hall of Famer as your throw-in, and that's not even counting like a Quez Watkins who's explosive. And then you have the arguably, if not the best offensive line, top 3 offensive line in the league, and I would argue that they're probably the best when healthy. So it's not a talent thing. And they're all in their prime. So now it's like getting used to. Look, you can have the same playbook, and I'd said this, kind of when we talk about Dylan Raiola versus, you're not going to 2-time national champion and all this other stuff. You can come back with the same offense, the same players, the same playbook, a different play caller. It's a totally different offense, which then makes it a totally different team.
Right.
And so that's where they're struggling at. And I guess they're, look, if you're 10-3, you're 5-0 at home, 5-3 or 5-3 on the road. That's a pretty good struggle to have. It was a must-have game for Seattle. They're 5-2 at home, so they held serve like they usually do. But it definitely was alarming in the sense of the way that they looked. They looked like they're not as explosive. Philly looked like one of the fastest teams in the league last year on offense and defense. They look slow because they're thinking, but then also the lack of confidence in the play calling because you're, all right, here goes this play. We don't think you're not running with conviction. And so that's what I think I see from them. We'll jump into to other games. We'll give Jake Sorensen's here, so we're going to give him his props. Talk about his Dolphins.
He doesn't need him. He gave him enough this morning.
Yeah, I don't know if they're listening in there. So, he's got that. Look at that concentration on Jake's face. Look at that. That is just look at that, man. That is just the face of a man that is just locked in. He looks via Vic Fangio calling the defense. Look at this man. I mean, just look at this dude.
That's what a weekend in Miami can do for you.
Look at your buddy there. That's Jake's buddy there. Look, he's waving at Jake. Anyways, we're going to go to break, come back, more NFL stuff, give our thoughts because those Indianapolis Colts.
How about them?
Are doing some big things. Those Buffalo Bills, Houston Texans, those Detroit Lions. We're going to get in all of it. Jay Foreman, Austin Norman. We'll be right back.
You're listening to Old School with DP and J. Download the mobile app and listen wherever you are on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Load up on meat and more this holiday season at the Mercado by Certified Piedmontese at 84th and Havelock. This week's specials through December 19th is spend $40 and get a free ribeye. Keep posted to the Mercado's social media pages for other specific daily deals from the 13th through the 24th. Don't forget their 2 new locations now open at 30th and Yankee Hill in Lincoln and 168th and Maple in Omaha. Get to the Mercado today for the best meat in town. Ever wish you had another light switch on the other side of the room on a dark night? How much better would you sleep at night if you had a ceiling fan in your room? The High Electric Service Department is here to make your electrical what-ifs a reality. Whether you're looking to replace some outdated light fixtures or brighten up your counters with under-cabinet lighting, High Electric can handle all types of residential electrical installations and services. Give Erica a call at 402-466-6606 or visit high-electric.com to get started.
Are you working in or looking to get into the electrical construction industry? The electrical workers of Local Union 265 are now hiring licensed journeymen and apprentices and are offering great pay and benefits. Call Mike at 402-875-1034 to apply. Start your electrical career today.
Houses? They're expensive. And once you buy one, you're kind of stuck with it for a while. You need to make sure you get your best house for the best price. You need Ben Bleicher and his team of pros at Professional Realty Group. They'll take the time to figure out what's important for you in your dream home, and they have the expertise to find the hidden issues that could surprise you after the sale. That's professional knowledge, proactive service. We call that potential. Ben Bleicher and the team at Professional Realty Group of Berkshire Hathaway's home service ambassador. Find more online at prg-ne.com.
Don't be surprised if your kids seem bored when they have some time off from school. I'm Jenny Benson, president of the Nebraska State Education Association. While kids may not miss the confinement of the classroom, they may miss the routine of the school day. Help them add some structure to those free days by planning special projects. Rearrange a bedroom, plan a family meal, increase that batting average, and keep it fun.
Sponsored by the Nebraska State Education Association, aired by the Nebraska Broadcasters Association and this station.
Sandhills Global is hiring. Check out sandhills.jobs for more information. Sandhills is looking to fill hundreds of new openings in sales, traveling support, software development, web design, and more. Sandhills has a professional culture and is fast-paced with a focus on growth, innovation, and leading-edge technologies. Career and internship opportunities are available at our global headquarters in Lincoln, Nebraska. Apply today at sandhills.jobs.
Wall-to-Wall Wine and Spirits is now open in Lincoln. Shop our expansive collection of wine, beer, spirits, and cigars at 5040 North 27th Street. From top-shelf liquor to crowd-favorite beer, Wall-to-Wall Wine and Spirits has a beverage for every taste and every budget. Plus, join our loyalty program to earn rewards and save on future purchases. Shop Wall-to-Wall Wine and Spirits at 5040 North 27th Street in Lincoln. That's 5040 North 27th Street.
Hi everyone, Kendall Warnock with A1 Automotive in downtown Lincoln. If you're looking for an automotive repair facility you can genuinely trust, we would be grateful for the opportunity to earn your business repairing your vehicle. We have ASE master technicians and qualified to work on a variety of vehicles from Hondas to Porsches, Jaguars to Toyotas, and Chevrolets to Fords. We pride ourselves on customer service and relationships, and we would be grateful for the opportunity to serve you. Give us a call at 402-477-4660. A1 Automotive, always honest answers.
Tune in to the Malone Radio Show from 9 to 10 p.m. every Sunday night to learn more about the Malone Center's goal to eliminate multi-generational poverty in Lincoln. It's the Malone Radio Show every Sunday night from 9 to 10 p.m. on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
New year, new career. The new year is just around the corner. Why not start it off strong with a new career? General Excavating is looking for qualified underground utility project managers. Check out our website, generalexcavating.com, or call 402-467-1627 for more information. Happy holidays from General Excavating.
93.7 The Ticket, Fox, KFXL Weather. Brought to you by Bryant Air Conditioning, Heating, Electrical, and Plumbing.
Your Lincoln forecast for today, some clouds this morning will give way to sunshine this afternoon. It'll be breezy but warm. We'll see a high around 50. Tonight, mainly clear skies expected with a low around 29. And tomorrow, mostly cloudy skies do return. We'll see a high around 50. Meteorologist Kyle Klecker from 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Back to old school with DP and J on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
We're back, second segment. Jay Foreman, Austin Norman. DP is out. This is old school. People probably asking why we're jumping in the NFL today. Well, I think we had some big news yesterday.
Did something happen?
Yeah, something happened about. It was about this time.
About 4:15.
Yeah, about 4:15. Somebody, I think it was Bach or somebody put it on there on the board that Dylan Raiola committed to Nebraska. So it's been a party down up and down O Street. A lot more activity down here, and people are looking forward to tomorrow. And also, you look, I think I woke up this morning. It was on the Today Show or one of those shows.
Woo.
Nate Burleson was talking about it. It was everywhere, and it was a big deal. And I think his tweet got over 7 million views. So I don't even know. Do you get paid off of that or what? Can you?
I assume he can. I don't know if he
Yeah.
did.
Well, if he didn't this time, I know if he's strategic about it, it's like when LeBron or Shaq does it. But we're going to jump into some NFL stuff, wrap it up. Everybody knows about what the Raiders did to the Chargers. And got Brandon Staley and the GM fired. But Saturday was a good slate of games, in my opinion.
Mm-hmm.
It started out with the Bengals and the Vikings. Both teams are fighting for their lives. Bengals, obviously, with Joe Burrow out for the season. And the Vikings have Justin Jefferson coming back. And the Bengals were starting Jake Browning, who was a former Viking. And I will tell you this. The way he got cut, he never forgot. And
he let you know he didn't forget.
Right. And that's the best part about it. The thing is, and he did it smart. He said he didn't say anything all week. He said it after the game. That lets you know it wasn't all about him, but he let you know that he still has some skills. He got cut, and he said he was fine with that. They called his agent and told him to go stay at the hotel, and we're going to probably put you on practice squad. Never called him. Sat there for like 2 hours in a couple of days. And his agent knew. It was like, dude, they lied to you. Yeah, it's Bush League. It sometimes comes back to bite you, but he's played well. Hey, look, Joe Burrow's opened up his suite to his family, and that, look, it's a guy taking over and holding down the fort. It's a good teammate right there. And then the second game was the Colts and the Steelers. Steelers, you felt like this was going to be a game where the Steelers turn it around. The defense was going
I never felt like that.
Yeah, their pattern has always been like this. Backs against the wall, lost 2 games that they shouldn't have. Look, abysmal on offense. And they came out, had 13 points, 14-13 at halftime, and then the Colts just went 16-0.
It was 13-0 to start the game.
Yeah,
Pittsburgh
13-0.
It's 30 unanswered.
It's 30 unanswered. Good night, Irene. This is probably going to be Mike Tomlin's first losing season. It'll be interesting if he's able to survive, was it Black Monday?
Mm-hmm.
In the NFL and keep his job there. And if he by chance is fired, he'll be picked up by the time he clears out his office. So the Colts are 8-6. It looks like they have a stronghold on the AFC South.
I wish. I mean, Jacksonville continues to poop down its leg, which is fine by me. But the game on Sunday that really
you know what time it is.
chapped my hide.
Why?
Jay, I was happy for your Texans. Like, they deserved everything they got for Tennessee trying to pull that Oilers stunt.
And
right?
Mike Vrabel wearing Bum Phillips hat, man.
Right. Yeah. So I'm not going to say that Houston didn't deserve to win the game if that's how Tennessee is going to act.
Right.
Indy needed Minnesota to win that game.
Didn't happen.
They didn't. They needed Tennessee to hold on to a 16-0 lead.
Didn't
happen. And Darnell Mooney, what are you doing? That Hail Mary in the end zone?
You know what?
Chicago had that game won. And he needed Cleveland to lose, and not a one half.
I know what that. You know what that is? That's like you have your cell phone, and you have it in your hand. It hits your like chest and down your stomach. Boom, right in the toilet.
Mm-hmm.
Done. That's what happened. As he said. But before that, we had Detroit Lions and the Denver Broncos. And Detroit got back on track. They were up 21-0 at halftime. It was over. They just looked like they were playing at a different level. The big thing that came out of that game was Sean Payton literally going nuclear on Russell Wilson because the right guard is 2 things. Number one, he was mad at the penalty, right guard, and just Russell's, they say it always comes downhill. Or he ran the play too quickly before they could see if they could, appeal it and get it to go to replay and throw the flag. I'm hoping it's the second because then you could see, okay, why Rush should know that. But either way, it wasn't a good look.
Right.
It wasn't a good look. They just got their butt kicked, and sometimes it's like that in the league. You're playing. Detroit's a good team. And when that offense is rolling, that play action pass, and they're getting St. Brown and everybody else going, they're a hard team to stop. And Montgomery was physical and running behind his pads, and that offensive line was moving people.
If San Francisco wasn't so good, I think we'd be having the same conversations about Jared Goff that we're having about Brock Purdy.
Yep.
Is he a system guy? Can he elevate a team? But he's got pieces around him on offense at all the skill positions. That offensive line is so much better. Penei Sewell is a dude. Got to be able to stop the run. They lost that guy in the middle. Forget his name. D tackle.
Number 54. Yeah. But they're pretty good. They got Campbell, the young rookie. They got some good DBs.
Laporta.
They got Laporta, who's has I think 7 touchdowns. 3 against Denver. They got their right tackle Decker is good. He's from Ohio State. They're a big physical team. Dan Campbell, they're going to be physical, and so. And then they got Hutchinson that's playing really good. He was really good last year, continue to play this year, but they beat the brakes off of Denver. It'll be interesting how that quarterback meeting went between Sean Payton and Russell Wilson. Their weekly meeting probably was a little icy.
I would think so. As a player, when you see your head coach going at the quarterback like that, what's the reaction on the sideline?
Well, that lets you know anybody can get it. Sean Payton's an equal opportunity. He's equal. He's went off on everybody. He comes from that Bill Parcells where he's going to dress you down, and if it's warranted, then sure, Russell knows that he probably should have done it differently. If it's not, then he's going to have to fall on the sword and apologize to the team if he wants to keep them together.
And Russ doesn't seem like the kind of guy to yell back.
No, he's probably tired. He just had a baby,
right?
You know the feeling, right? Yeah. So
dad's strength is nice though.
Yeah.
I'm starting to unlock it.
Yeah, you starting to come back. All right. I like that. Look. We always knew it. We got it. We got you. Then came Sunday, and you mentioned before, these Texans went to Tennessee when Tennessee decided they wanted to wear the Houston Oilers uniforms.
Disrespectful.
And Vrabel come out with the Bum Phillips 20-gallon cowboy hat and kept it on all game. They were beating Houston real bad, 13-0 or 13-3. Then Houston said, we're just going to go ahead and beat you. Then we walked it off on you, too. 54-yard field goal. Bang. Good night.
It was Case Keenum, not Davis Mills.
Yeah, Case Keenum. And that's a great backup to have. Because Davis Mills last week when he came in for C.J. Stroud, who is actually still in the concussion protocol, he did not look good.
No.
And he flashed as a rookie. But I think, he just was not up to snuff. Case Keenum has been in these type of situations. He's actually played really well every time he came in as a backup quarterback. I want to ask you this, Austin. Before the season, would you have thought the AFC South would have 3 teams with 8-6 records?
No.
No way.
Not for a second.
No
and
way.
If you told me that 2 of them would have been Indy and Houston,
no way.
You would have gotten one of them.
Two rookie quarterbacks.
Right. You figure that Jacksonville's
and 2 rookie head
solid.
coaches.
Right. And Tennessee, I wasn't very high on them coming into the year, but you thought Derrick Henry might be enough. Very well coaching for his
defense,
job.
Defense. Right. You think they would coming into the season, you figured Jacksonville would probably be there, which they are, but not where we projected. And then Tennessee, just by having the head coach come back, you had Tannehill, right, and Derrick Henry. They picked up DeAndre Hopkins, and you knew that they were going to be physical, and they were just going to play the way Tennessee Titans were always going to play. And here, the Tennessee's the bottom figure. That's crazy. That's the difference that you just never know in the NFL.
You played in the AFC South. You know this. Like, the division itself wasn't always one of the toughest, right? It was typically one team at the top.
It was Indy. Say it, Austin. Just say it.
Well, I'm saying if it wasn't Indy, but then it was Tennessee's run.
Yeah.
Houston was up and down there for a couple of years with Deshaun, but there was never a lot of competition.
No, it's always just
race.
one coming out of there. But for the longest, though, it was Indianapolis and everybody else.
Right.
Yeah.
Like, I know that I wasn't going to say because other teams did have their run and get their dues. But what I'm saying now is moving forward, you have Trevor Lawrence, who needs to take another step, but is that dude.
Yeah.
CJ Stroud, that dude.
Right.
Anthony Richardson flashed.
Yeah.
We'll see. I'm not a Will Levis guy, but maybe there's something in there. The AFC South might not, produce a 13-14 win juggernaut,
right,
but you're going to have a battle tested 11 or 12 win division champ every year.
And if you get 2 of those teams in there, you're in some trouble because all 3 of those teams are physical. They all have quarterbacks playing at a high level or a decently high level. within their system,
Mhm.
and then they have coaches like Doug Peterson. He's a Super Bowl champion coach. You know, the other two are rookie coaches, but they seem to have come up through winning franchises and learning some things, and so they're going to be a tough out, man. And it's definitely just one of those years where they're winning legit too, and they're being very competitive. So it'll be interesting to see how it all shakes out. The next game that we're going to talk about here, because it has to do with our boy Ron, is Jake Sorensen's Dolphins beat the brakes off of the Jets. I mean, beat the brakes off the Jets. It was impressive. You know, Tyreek Hill's out, so that lets you know McDaniel's like, yeah, we're going to let Waddle eat today, and that defense is going to come with it. And then the Jets just looked horrible. Zach Wilson, go to sleep and get to the bench. They brought in, I don't know who they brought in afterwards, or Trevor Siemian. You ain't even, this isn't Northwestern anymore, and we're not playing against like Huskers or anything like that. They're out, they're eliminated. Now, Aaron Rodgers announces today, well, I tried my hardest, 14 weeks in surgery. It's a lot to ask. I'm not going to play this year.
It was never going to happen.
It never did. And I said it, and people got mad. The text line got mad talking about his ashwanga or whatever he's doing. I had nothing to do with it. If he wants to go have diarrhea for 3 months, that's on him. All I'm saying is that it's humanly impossible, and especially Eric Strickland, who had tore his Achilles, told you.
Ain't happening, Captain.
It ain't happening. And it's great that you can come to practice and do all the other stuff. You're actually just being more of a risk. Now, I don't know if you needed to do that to keep getting people to come to the game, or to sell, people to come watch the game on TV. But realistically, now you just need to rehab and get as healthy as possible. There's no point in you if it's not within your rehab. And if you want to do some stuff in rehab to, throw and stuff like that. But again, it was just pure. I don't know whether it was ego or not, because I want to ask you this real quick, Austin. I think when Aaron Rodgers said it, people in the Jets believed it because he was saying it with such conviction that it stopped them from making a trade deadline trade. And then you put in Zach Wilson, who showed you not only he can't play because he's not good, he didn't even want to play. And then when he came back, he got sleep medicine. So it stopped you from making a potential playoff run or be in the fight, which then would have maybe probably forced Aaron Rodgers to maybe push a decision. But it all starts with Aaron Rodgers. Do you think he did it to hold the Jets back in this year? Because just think if Kirk Cousins didn't get hurt. Kirk Cousins goes there. Who are we going to be talking about right now? Kirk Cousins.
Captain Kirk. I can't pretend to know Aaron Rodgers' motivations. I don't know if anyone does. Very mercurial type of guy.
Right.
But given how the season unfolded, given what he said today, the optics of it are that he still wants the attention. That's all about Aaron Rodgers, right? We thought that, him making that multi-year commitment to New York, the way he was pushing to come back to play, was a reflection on Saleh, on Douglas, and that team. He wants to be there. He wants the best for him. He's willing to write it out.
Right.
But now, although no, there's never any shot I was going to play. It's not
too much
medically
of an ask.
possible.
Right.
It was never going to happen. That makes me think it was ego and attention related, which is more of the same.
And control.
Leverage.
Leverage. And I don't want anybody else in here. And then, but here's also, he's thinking about Aaron. He's not thinking about some of those guys like CJ Mosley. If his cap number is high, he's going to maybe have to go to a team and be on a not as talented team in a different situation.
Waste year of his
career. So, I mean, I guess when you got the power to do that, sometimes you got to do it. So I just wanted your opinion because you got a good thought process on it. I just wanted to make sure I wasn't too far in the left field. But that being said, we're going to take a quick break. Jay Foreman, Austin Orman, Old School. We'll be right back.
Watch Old School live on Facebook, YouTube, or Twitch. Old School with DP and J on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Join Planet Fitness now and get the PF Black Card for only $24.99 a month. you'll enjoy an upgraded experience with tons of perks.
Like access to more than 2,000 locations worldwide?
Yep.
And massage chairs?
Yes.
Can I bring a friend every time?
Sure.
Can my friend be a horse?
Nay. Sorry. Get the PF Black Card and feel fit-tacular. Only $24.99 a month. Our most popular membership, the PF Black Card, is your ticket to getting all the perks. Join today. See Club for details.
Your Christmas list changes a lot as you get older. Dreams of video games, remote control cars, and baseball gloves turn into dreams of shoes. You know, practical things. Brown Shoe Fit is the king of shoes in Lincoln, with brands like Sorel, UGG, Brooks, Hoka, and more to make you fashionable and comfortable. Grab a new Ridge wallet or buy 3, get 1 free on smart wool socks for the ultimate stocking stuffer. And don't forget a reliable gift card for that hard-to-buy person in your life. Brown Shoe Fit at 66th and Q in Lincoln.
The Southern Pecan Cake from Beatrice Bakery. They don't just let you call anything Southern, especially when it's baked right here in Nebraska. There are standards you have to meet, like a rich, decadent, moist caramel cake? Check. Bursting with too many large pecans to count? Check. Big enough to share with the whole group? Check. But delicious enough that you won't want to share? A big check on that one. The Southern Pecan Cake, the newest cake to the Beatrice Bakery lineup. Try it for yourself at Beatrice Bakery. Online at BeatriceBakery.com. Welcome to our world of yum.
Are you working in or looking to get into the electrical construction industry? The electrical workers of local union 265 are now hiring licensed journeymen and apprentices and are offering great pay and benefits. Call Mike at 402-875-1034 to apply. Start your electrical career today.
Action Plumbing, Heating, Air, and Electric is the call I make when I have a need for plumbing services. Whether it's for my home or office, if I need a repair to a water heater, softener, or even my garbage disposal, I know I can count on Action to help. In one simple call, their amazing customer service team promptly schedules a service call, often getting to my needs within a day. Action delivers honest, quality services we can count on. To learn more, visit actionlincoln.com.
Hi everyone, Kendall Warnock with A1 Automotive in downtown Lincoln. If you're looking for an automotive repair facility you can genuinely trust, we would be grateful for the opportunity to earn your business repairing your vehicle. We have ASE master technicians and qualified to work on a variety of vehicles from Hondas to Porsches, Jaguars to Toyotas, and Chevrolets to Fords. We pride ourselves on customer service and relationships, and we would be grateful for the opportunity to serve you. Give us a call at 402-477-4660. A1 Automotive, always honest answers.
Houses? They're expensive. And once you buy one, you're kind of stuck with it for a while. You need to make sure you get your best house for the best price. You need Ben Bleicher and his team of pros at Professional Realty Group. They'll take the time to figure out what's important for you in your dream home, and they have the expertise to find the hidden issues that could surprise you after the sale. That's professional knowledge, proactive service. We call that potential. Ben Bleicher and the team at Professional Realty Group of Berkshire Hathaway's Home Service Ambassador. Find more online at prg-ne.com.
Tune in to the Malone Radio Show from 9 to 10 p.m. every Sunday night to learn more about the Malone Center's goal to eliminate multi-generational poverty in Lincoln. It's the Malone Radio Show every Sunday night from 9 to 10 p.m. on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com. 93.7 The Ticket, Fox, KFXL Weather. Brought to you by Bryant Air Conditioning, Heating, Electrical, and Plumbing.
Your Lincoln forecast for today, some clouds this morning will give way to sunshine this afternoon. It'll be breezy but warm. We'll see a high around 50. Tonight, mainly clear skies expected with a low around 29. And tomorrow, mostly cloudy skies do return. We'll see a high around 50. Meteorologist Kyle Klecker from 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
If you're not going to Memorial Stadium for a home game and don't have any travel plans for away games, there's a great place in Omaha to catch the action, the Inner Rail Food Hall. There's plenty of space. The Backstretch Bar has amazing game specials on game days. $15 Blue Moon and Bud Light pitchers, $6 margaritas, and $6 Moscow mules. And if you're hungry, take in some of their great options from their game day pizza specials. Do football game day right in the Inner Rail Food Hall in Exarban Village in Omaha.
Don't be surprised if your kids seem bored when they have some time off from school. I'm Jenny Benson, president of the Nebraska State Education Association. While kids may not miss the confinement of the classroom, they may miss the routine of the school day. Help them add some structure to those free days by planning special projects. Rearrange a bedroom, plan a family meal, increase that batting average, and keep it fun.
Sponsored by the Nebraska State Education Association, aired by the Nebraska Broadcasters Association and this station.
Back to Old School with DP and J on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
We're back. Jay Foreman, Austin Orman. Old School. For people listening out there, text line, you have to be on and popping. We got the trivia question here. To win a Heavenly Waffles gift basket, the first person to answer, let me refresh this here. First of all, let me, I got Wet Blanket had a really good text, right? Wet Blanket takes a lot of heat, right?
He does.
Wet Blanket. Now we know why Wet Blanket is a little upset. He says, I'm a physical therapist and I hate in all capital letters this Aaron Rodgers Achilles charade. I can't count the number of times I've had their why can't I do blank if Aaron Rodgers can play in the NFL in 3 months conversation. I am with you. I understand by the time if he's dealing with that all day, I can understand why you're texting us or you're on a text line and you're upset. So Wet Blanket, great point. I want to give you your props because too much times people are coming at you. I'll see Brock Purdy. We got one for the Virginia Pirate. Purdy has been way better than Goff. Goff doesn't have an excuse for some of the throws he's made. That is true. But there was a time this year that before the bye week, before Brock Purdy went and got his mind right on the tractor, that he was not playing well. Mm-hmm. And if you here, they are two of the same. They really are. I think San Francisco is probably a lot bit better team. They're better defensively for sure.
Better defensively, more established.
Just a little bit farther along in the process. But when you look at how the offenses are ran, they are both system quarterbacks, and when they are on, and it's and the play calling is really, really good. They're both as good as they can, good as they come in the league. And so, Purdy's in a great situation. Goff is in a great situation. You got to think Goff took the Rams to the Super Bowl.
Mm-hmm.
If Todd Gurley didn't have his career-ending knee injury,
right,
that's a different Super Bowl. He might be a Super Bowl champion. And they shipped him out for Matthew Stafford, former number 1 pick from Georgia. Now to the trivia question. Since Dylan Raiola is the highest-rated recruit ever, that is well established. But when Baker Steinkuhler and Ndamukong House of Spears came out, both of them were ranked very high. Which one was ranked higher? First person that could tell me who was ranked higher gets the Heavenly Waffles. Hey,
they're on it.
Okay, 14-12, you got it. Austin's gonna. It was Baker Steinkuhler. That must have been too easy. But we had to get away. You get Heavenly Waffles. I couldn't even get it out. You get Heavenly Waffles Christmas package. Austin will get a hold of you, and you will be get. I know, Mississippi Mud Dog. I'm sorry. I was supposed to give it away yesterday, Mississippi Mud Dog. Mississippi Mud Dog, I'll make sure you win the next one. I'll give you a little heads up.
Here's the thing. Baker Steinkuhler was a good player. He's no House of Spears. I feel like if you ask who is the higher-rated recruit, maybe Nebraska fans are just so on top of their recruiting rankings, they know it was the in-state guy, but Ndamukong Suh was higher-rated than I remember. Like, that was a huge get at the time.
Yeah, well, people don't realize that the House of Spears was a really good soccer player.
That's why he kicked that extra point.
Yeah. And I always wonder what if Baker Steinkuhler played offensive line?
Yeah.
Because I think that's where
been left tackle, right tackle.
I think he would have been able to play wherever he wanted. I think that's where whatever. It's always the what if. I'm sorry, Mississippi Mud Dog. Will you forgive me? I mean, dang. I mean, he just made me feel bad. Look at Mississippi. All right, I got the thumbs up, man. Look at
cool.
this. Hey, Dalton said this is rigged. No, Dalton. We were trying to give it. Dalton, here's what you guys need to understand. We were supposed to give this away yesterday. 2 of them yesterday. Before DP took off, he said, I need you to give these two away. He's like, I don't care what you asked. It's got to be given away. And we weren't able to get to the Heavenly Waffles trivia question. Which was, I've been known to make them extremely hard. So now I'm going a little bit easy. So now I got to get in the middle. And I apologize. It was too easy. But we'll have plenty more trivias, plenty more Heavenly Waffles, gift basket or gift bags. But if you really want the Heavenly Waffles, you can go to heavenlywaffles.com or look them up on social media.
Or tomorrow, right? Are they here tomorrow?
No,
or are they
next
off
week.
Tomorrow?
They're off tomorrow.
Next
signing day, so they're off. They're here the 27th. So if you want to get New Year's presents, or if you want to try to get it overnight at expedited shipping, the next 24 to 48 hours, you should get on their website, because it is good. It is good, though. I mean, if you want to make pancakes or waffles, it's on. I don't know what they put in that mix. It's, man,
built different.
Listen, you could eat. Dang, that dude almost got hit. Oh, did you see it?
He's dodging.
Hey, look.
Hello.
Hey, hold on. Did he run a red light? We almost were witness to a murder.
The traffic gets so backed up here downtown.
Oh, that's what it was.
Yeah.
But did you see a short area of quickness though there right there? Oh, I hope
Change of direction.
We got to see if we got that on the fan cam, and then do it the slow motion. Listen, his 10-yard shuttle agility was off the chart.
Elite.
Yeah, it was elite. Listen, his life flashed before his eyes though. Good job there, young man.
You ever been hit by a car walking?
No.
Happened to me twice.
Really?
Yeah.
What? They didn't see you?
So both times it was the light was like just turning green. I had the walk light, but these people were looking left
and
as they were turning right, and they just never saw me, bumped me.
Dang. Really?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Same intersection, like 3 months apart.
I've seen somebody kind of get hit like that before, and he just got up, man. But I haven't gotten hit like that. So knock on wood. Jay Foreman, Austin Orman, quick break, and then we'll be back at the top of 5 o'clock hour.
You're listening to Old School with DP and J. Download the mobile app and listen wherever you are on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Load up on meat and more this holiday season at the Mercado by Certified Piedmontese at 84th and Havelock. This week's specials through December 19th is spend $40 and get a free ribeye. Keep posted to the Mercado's social media pages for other specific daily deals from the 13th through the 24th. Don't forget their 2 new locations now open at 30th and Yankee Hill in Lincoln and 168th and Maple in Omaha. Get to the Mercado today for the best meat in town.
Concrete Industries, a Nebco company, has immediate job openings for precast production laborers. Concrete Industries offers great pay, health benefits, 401k, a wellness program, holidays, and paid time off. Apply today to earn a starting pay of $20 per hour and a $1,500 hiring bonus. Concrete Industries is hiring all experience levels and offers on-the-job training. Start your career today as a precast production laborer. Visit concreteindustries.com.
At Koppel, during the holidays, we take time to cherish our terrific staff, community, and loyal customers that continue to drive that money-saving mile to Louisville, Nebraska. Hi, this is Sean Callahan. I can proudly say I bought my car at Koppel. If you are in the area, I invite you to stop by Koppel Chevrolet GMC's offices in Louisville or check them out online at koppelcars.com. On behalf of Koppel Chevrolet GMC, Merry Christmas and safe travels to all.
If you're not going to Memorial Stadium for a home game and don't have any travel plans for away games, there's a great place in Omaha to catch the action, the Inner Rail Food Hall. There's plenty of space. The Backstretch Bar has amazing game specials on game days. $15 Blue Moon and Bud Light pitchers, $6 margaritas, and $6 Moscow Mules. And if you're hungry, take in some of their great options from their game day pizza specials. Do football game day right in the Inner Rail Food Hall in Exarban Village in Omaha. Tailored Lights is your go-to local manufacturer and installer of the best landscape lighting. Tailored Lights is excited to highlight the architecture of your home or business and provide a warm environment that feels safe. And for those outside the Lincoln area, they do ship across the country and are happy to work with anyone near or far with lights anywhere from 18 inches to 110 inches. Enhance your curb appeal with an exquisite Tailored Light today. Call 402-432-2572 or go to tailoredlights.com.
Tune in to the Malone Radio Show from 9 to 10 p.m. every Sunday night to learn more about the Malone Center's goal to eliminate multi-generational poverty in Lincoln. It's the Malone Radio Show every Sunday night from 9 to 10 p.m. on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Rashawn Jackson here for Bauer Infrastructure, a veteran-owned local company proudly serving Lincoln, Lancaster County, and the surrounding areas. Bauer provides quality work at an affordable price, and they're growing rapidly. If you want to experience a career with a fast-paced, family-friendly environment, visit BauerInfrastructure.com. They have top-of-the-line benefits, year-round work, even through the winter. Bauer, usher in the new era of infrastructure to an area near you. And as always, go Big Red!
Are you working in or looking to get into the electrical construction industry? The electrical workers of local union 265 are now hiring licensed journeymen and apprentices and are offering great pay and benefits. Call Mike at 402-875-1034 to apply. Start your electrical career today.
Belmont Chiropractic and Novotny Nutrition and Wellness specialize in getting rid of people's pain quickly and permanently. For 31 years, they've been extremely successful with advanced techniques in pain relief using spinal adjustments and decompression, detoxification, diet and lifestyle modification, and more. They are fully equipped to handle the most seasonal athlete, weekend warrior, car accidents, strains, sprains, and more. Is there anywhere you're experiencing pain on your body, or are you fighting decreased energy and depression? Consult Belmont Chiropractic and Novotny Nutrition and Wellness first at 402-476-8619. Integrated Life Choices has been inspiring opportunities for individuals with disabilities for more than 15 years in Lincoln and across Nebraska by offering a number of services. From group homes to independent living resources and job training, you'll find the support that allows people to live fulfilling lives. They're also hiring. If you're looking for a rewarding career supporting people with developmental disabilities, you can check out open positions along with learning more about services at ilc.net. Integrated Life Choices.
Old School with DP and J.
We got a special guest in. We got Jason Peters.
All that's being asked of you is everything. Like, you have to give everything that you have to that program, to that team. If you want to be a champion, that's the only way, right? I mean, you have to commit to every lifting session, every strength and conditioning session, during the summer, during the spring, whatever it may be. It just has to be 100% commitment by everybody.
This is Lincoln's home for sports talk on the FM dial. Also online at theticketfm.com. On the internet. KNTK FM Firth, 93.7 The Ticket. Coming at you live from the heart of Lincoln, America. This is Old School. Sponsored by the Mercado by Certified Piedmontese. Broadcasting veteran Derek Pearson.
When you find something that moves that makes them smile, celebrate it. That's your task. That's your superpower.
Nebraska Football Hall of Famer Jay Foreman.
Rifles a pass. It was tipped. It's picked off by Foreman. He's at the 15, 10, 5. He'll score!
On 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Hey, what up? We are back. Old School. Jay Foreman, Austin Orman. We are live at 1040 O Street. It's starting to get dark. But we had excitement there. We almost had. Did we have that? We have to find.
I'm sure it's in the archive somewhere.
They
can't
used to
recall
have
it that quickly.
Remember they used to have like the Olympics, like slow motion when people were running. We needed to have that, dude, and just to see the ability to stop on a dime. Matt Rule, if you're listening, and you need a slot receiver, a Julian Edelman. He looks like a Julian Edelman type. Maybe a bootleg version of Steve Largent.
Julian Edelman meets Jared Lorenzen.
Yeah, that's what it was. I was thinking somebody. I was trying to think. We need to find this young man, his short area quickness, so he can come at getting. I'm sorry, man. I can't even keep a straight face. I'm just thinking, Austin, and I hate to do this. Just think that man pulled a hamstring or something right there. I'm playing it in my mind because listen,
man down in traffic. No.
Because. I'm sorry, people, man. For the text line, people listen. I'm sorry. If you saw it, because I saw him going, and I was like, "You shouldn't be going through the crosswalk, right?" Because I saw it was green, but it was the red, right? Mm-hmm. It was green light. Mm-hmm. I was like, "You shouldn't be going." And he started to go, and anytime you pause, though, he paused right in the middle of the street, looked in the best part. And I shouldn't be talking. He got up on his tippy toes, and he stopped. He looked like a little right. Anyways, Matt Rule, if you need a slot receiver or a number 4 receiver or 400 receiver, that's your man right there. But anyways, good laugh. Old School. Jay Foreman, Austin Orman. We are brought to you by the Mercado Certified Piedmontese. Special ingredients of Butcher Shop. 84th and Havelock, 30th and Yankee Hill. We have some funny text, or some serious text, but you guys are kind of gangster on this text message. Let me just read the sequence of these text messages of this dude right here, right? 2280. What's going to happen to the fan base? This must have been early in the morning, so what is that, 11 o'clock? This is on
Captain.
The Captain. What's going to happen to the fan base after all their donations for the players and the teams still suck? Who is this man? Then he comes back at 5 o'clock, 6 hours later. with some great news. Husker news. Chris Walker is playing in the FCS championship for the Montana Grizz. And then he or she texts in 2 exclamation points and a heart.
I responded with the exclamation points.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I got you. Oh, yeah. Well, I'm
hit him that for Chris Walker.
Okay, good. Yeah.
But still, between the donations and the still sucking too. Hey, Chris Walker is doing this. That's a whiplash over 6 hours.
Yes, this is it. The texter 8339. You have it. Sounds like you maybe need to cue the Chariots of Fire music for certain situations like that guy. That's it.
I'll make a note.
We got to do that. We got to get Chariots of Fire and find a way to turn the fan cam or get the video out there in slow motion.
Mm-hmm.
And I would just play it on a loop. It needs to be played like all day, every day.
Play that on a loop. Get that man his pro day.
Yeah. He needs to. Well, they do tryouts, I think, sometimes.
True.
And so he should be able to be out there. Yes. The texters are savage. 1085. Let's see. I don't know what am I. Oh, John from. Where's he from? Holt,
Michigan. Maybe.
Is it Holt, Michigan?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. All right, John. Yeah. Oh, what is your prediction for Nebraska football next season? I don't know yet. Pretty good, better than this year, but I don't know yet. I haven't really. They got a lot of work to do, and you don't even know who's even showing up for winter conditioning yet. So, anyways, since we're talking about that right now, Austin, I want to ask you on a scale of 1 to 7, 1 being the least, 7 being the most. High as you can go is 7. You can't go 7.1, 7.8, 7.9.
Maxed out at 7.
Yeah, you maxed out at 7.
Just like my bench press max.
Okay, I'm right there with you. How excited are you for the official signing day? The commitments are great, right? And we've had players commit to us, decommit, go other places, mutual agreements. You had a young man last week go to Tulsa and all that stuff. But tomorrow is a big step because it's kind of like the first year of Matt Rule and company recruiting. You know, they kind of pieced it. They did a great job last year piecing together of what was already done, adding to maybe where they had some inroads, and then obviously attacking the portal and all that stuff. How excited are you for tomorrow? Starting right at 7 a.m. probably?
I'll give it a 4 right now. For a couple reasons. I think the whole Dylan Raiola thing, the excitement happened before the day, right? If it was happening tomorrow morning with the signing ceremony and he was picking between Nebraska and Georgia, my excitement would be a 7. My worry would be a 7. But since he's already in the bank, we already knew about it, saw it trending that way. My excitement for the day in that aspect is down a little bit. I think there's some really good players in this class, some under the radar guys, but I don't think it's a class that's going to pay immediate dividends. And I think that's kind of the theme of what Matt Rule wants to do with the build. So if there were, some instant impact, Travis Hunter 5 stars in there that we amplify an already veteran roster, give it a spark on offense, maybe that'd be one thing. But I think this is again another class that's going to be built with. So I think we learned a lot about Matt Rule and the staff, what they truly want to do and be in this class with the length, with the speed, with the size that they went out and got in this class. But it's a lot of under the radar guys that Nebraska was in on first, or Nebraska came in on late that other, Power 5 schools weren't in on. Nebraska gave them the offer because they saw something later in the process, or other teams aren't seeing what Nebraska is in some of these prospects, not willing to extend that offer. So I think it's more of what we can expect from Matt Rule, which makes signing day itself not the flashiest thing, but a necessary step for this program to keep filling that developmental pipeline.
Yeah, I mean, I think that's the way it was built when, when I played. You have some guys. I think you always want a good mix of a class, right? Guys that are ready and able to make an instant impact. And then also that impact has to, run along with the opportunity, right? You don't want to force a guy out there and then it's a wasted year, both for the team and him, right? I've played with guys that they were so headstrong and they wanted to puff their chest out that they wanted to play as a first year, and all they did was get in and scrub time and run down on special teams. It's not probably the smartest thing to do long term, and you didn't get anything out of it. Yes, you might have been ready. Technically, everybody could play, but when you need to go out there when you're really ready, both physically and mentally and maturity wise, to do so. But when you look at it, though, it's a really good mix of I think, of the class. I mean, obviously, we've talked about Dylan Raiola for, and we will continue, right? Number one at his position, number two overall. I'm looking at this 24/7. Then you got Carter Nelson, right? 6'4", 205, probably needs to get bigger, see where he's at, right? Top 45 recruit, 43 total. Number two at his position, I think. Number one in the state. And you got Grant Bricks, right? 6'5", 280, same thing. We're getting a lot of guys that are the dudes in their state. And the one that I think is sneaky good right here is Roger Gretny. And he's an athlete, 6'1", 190.
One of the first guys in the class, right?
Yeah. And been committed from a very long time. So I'm assuming that they've had a good ongoing relationship, had their eye on him. Can play both sides of the ball, 90 out of 100. Real deal when you watch his tape. And we'll see where he's at. If he's a legit 6'1", 190, that means he's physically ready to go. So he gives you a lot of options there, and potentially on the defensive side. Now, obviously, we got some depth there, but if he comes in and plays. And then you got Preston Tamua from Hawaii, big old offensive lineman, 4-star. Look, you got two big dudes in your top, 6 up front. Continue with the guys that you had last year. Good mix, right? When you're talking about building the lines, like Matt Rule said when he came in, that's what you want to do. Offense and defensive line, guys that can do it. And they've had some guys switch over back and forth from last year. So I like it. And then you got, Jacoby Barney, just kind of another athlete, 6 feet, 160. Probably needs obviously getting a little weight room, but I'm gonna tell you what, return game and being electric and not being scared of contact, that's him.
Poaching from Miami.
Yeah. But you're talking about being able to go first to fifth grade real quick, make guys miss, being slippery. I'm sure they'll try to put a little bit of weight on him, but put good weight. Eventually he'll get out there when he's ready to go. And then you got Daniel Kalen, the high 3-star, as it is. He's 89. If he was just a 90, he's a 4-star. You get two top-ranked quarterbacks, the Elite 11 guys. That's a really good haul right there for a team when you're trying to build, because obviously it's, Dylan Raiola might be pushing to play at the very beginning.
And I know people would say that last year's class is, the first class that tells us a lot. But I really think this class, like you were saying, with the full year to recruit, that tells us more about this coaching staff. What they were able to do to keep last year's class together and amplify it with some of their guys, quote unquote, later in the process was impressive. But I still go back to this, to me, is the first real, true Matt Rule class.
Yeah.
What he wants it to be. A little more full than I think I would have expected at 26 right now, trending to 28 or 29 potentially by tomorrow, which, like you were saying yesterday too, Nebraska will get down to 85 eventually. Every team in football history has. But that's going to be some probably tough decisions down the roster for a Matt Rule and Matt Rule staff that doesn't want to force guys out, that wants to keep them in and work with them. How do they deal with that natural attrition? And if they do have to make a tough choice between a guy that's already on the roster or a recruit, in the next class, what choice do they make and what goes into that? I'm curious to see how those decisions unfold in years to come.
Yeah, I mean, that's just part. You're essentially, I say college is pro football, and it's just obviously you don't have a hard salary cap, but you got NIL. There might be a cap in the future. I do think with the transfer portal, I firmly believe you'll be able to see players starting to get traded if they keep along in this free for all. Right? Because guys are leaving so quickly anyways, and they're going in the portal. You see guys going to portal at the beginning of the season, So, I think the roster management thing is going to be huge, but it's a good problem to have. I think when you have, their director of player personnel is Omar Hales. So he's got a big job. He's got to look at, the whole landscape of it. You got to look at how many years you have left, position depth, how many, scholarships per se you want to allocate towards position to, divvy up that 85. And that's a big part of it. And sometimes you're going to, have to make some moves, and guys that go somewhere and they might prosper somewhere else, but you have to make the moves and decisions as of right now. Now, there is a way potentially of kind of transitioning guys to, like, I think somehow with NIL or something. I don't know any of those type of deals, but those are other options to have a roster full of dudes, and that's how you get better. That means the practices will be more competitive. That means guys will understand, every year you have to earn your spot. So that means you got to follow certain protocols and continue to get better. That's how you build a program. That's how you can potentially have a lot of really good players come in, and you have to wait. You got to think, the Caleb Benning, who quite frankly was probably, if he wasn't I know he didn't win the player of the year. I think Rizak won it, but if he would have won it, it would have been no big deal. Then you got Willis McGahee, the fourth coming in, talking about an edge and a guy that plays with it. You got to think down here. These are 3 stars, right? When you look at our 3 stars guys, and I'm not big in the star rankings. You got Davon Hall, 3-star, 89. Ashton Murphy, 3-star, 89. Caleb Benning, obviously I just mentioned 3-star. Willis McGahee is the 88. Isaiah McMorris is the 88. And that's Evan Taylor, 88.
If Hall, McMorris, those guys were playing, in Ohio, they're 4 stars.
Right. And then you got Gibson Powell. I've watched his tape. He's legit, and he's from H-Town. So he knows how to play against good high school competition. And you got Mario Buford. You know what he's built at. You know exactly what you're getting with him because of his brother. Keelan Smith, who's probably, I think, in position to come in and make the biggest impact. Probably the most explosive out of the tight end / athletes coming in. And that's him and Carter Nelson are the most explosive. But you talk about route running and being able to go to 0 to 100 really quick. He's going to turn some heads. And being, 6'3", 6'4". Then you got Quinn Clark, who's the ultimate athlete, 6'5", 190. He's at receiver right now. I can see him playing defense as well. I always tell people about Joey Porter. I tackled him as a receiver, competed against him as a combine and as a linebacker, and he potentially has a Hall of Fame career. There's a lot of guys that do that. You got Rex Guthrie, kind of under the radar. He's a 3-star. Ian Flint, Donovan Jones, who I think is going to be off the charts from Omaha North. Landon Davidson plays with a serious edge, good athlete. Jake Peters, athlete, nasty, a little bit underweight, but coming in here good. Then you got Sam Cooks. I'm assuming his son coming in as a punter. There you go. And his
Pride
pedigree.
of all Stewart, Nebraska,
Right.
Sam Cook.
Right. Coming from Westminster, Maryland, essentially Baltimore. So you got a good depth. And, I wanted to ask you this before we go to break. We're at 26, I guess, hard commits. What do you think the final number is tomorrow?
I asked something similar to Brian Munson.
And what did he say?
Online. He said 28 is most likely, and there's an outside shot at 29. So since Brian knows better than me, I will say if you set the line at 28.5, I don't know which way I'd go, but I will say either 28 or 29, feet to the fire, 28.
Yeah, I'm right there with you. Ideally, I wouldn't be mad if they did 30. I just have a sneaky feeling that they're gonna do something, man. I'm just telling you. They're laying in the weeds too much.
Too quiet?
Yeah. You ain't heard much.
You have not.
So when you don't hear as much, that means it's like, all right, let's keep this on
It's
the
the
wrap.
quiet ones,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah. So they're at 26. I will never pick an odd number. I'm gonna pick 28, but I'm hoping for 30.
Jose on Twitter says 30 because the staff's going crazy right now.
What, social media or something?
Yeah.
Oh, right now? Right now?
Yeah, Jose's saying that. Yep. He's saying 30.
Okay. I like it, Jose. Bryce says, who's the mystery too? We have no Bryce. That's why it's a mystery. Bryce, right? Big Bang Hank can't do a salary cap. Then it's back to boosters under the table. Yeah, well, you know what? Let's see that. Let's see us do it. Let's do the cap. But here's one thing about the salary cap. Here's what it'll do. It will level the playing field some. It will. There's always they've been paying players from way back in the day. They will find a way. Okay, so that's you ain't never going to stop that. But if you do a cap, and even if it's lower, then you have to think about it differently. Even if you have the universities pay them directly, then you have the cap, and whether it's everybody's universal, and then you're able to be a LLC and sole proprietor to go out there and do your own NIL out of it. So essentially, like a Peyton Manning being on, commercials while he's playing. So be it. and it might just be local.
Right.
There you go. And that way you can't have a situation like a few years ago where Texas A&M was able to take, I think they had 4 of the top defensive linemen, ranked.
Right.
Well, they only play a 3-man front. Well, and then I know you had some guys before, right? So you over-recruited. Well, that former number 1 defensive tackle is in the portal somewhere. I don't know where he's at. So I
Still
think
in the vortex.
Yeah. Let me see. Here we go. 42. I knew that. 4290. Here we go, man. He says, Jay, were you paid or offered money from anyone? I never got anything from Nebraska. That's the honest to God truth. But there's a school that's about 3 hours and 25 minutes away from here. And
was it the one that I went to on Sunday?
Yes. And I almost took it, man. I swear to God. Dude came to my door, and I'll never forget it. It was cold as all get out.
That Minnesota bone-chilling cold?
Yeah, it was as cold as all get out. And I was getting ready for a basketball game. And I was at home, and I used to have like steak or not steak, but eggs and stuff before I had a basketball game. Getting my stuff going.
Mm-hmm.
Showed up at the door. He's like, he's like, here, will this get you to so-and-so college? And I looked at it, and that was the most money I ever seen in my life. And I was like, I wanted to take it. I had an old beater car. You know what I mean?
You're cold. You want to get the door shut, take the money, and
I
let
was
the guy go.
I couldn't do it. I told my dad, and my dad, he was proud of me, but that's about it. That's about it. Nothing extravagant. I'm sure there's been guys that got other stuff, but that's the way it was. So I don't think I would have been happy at K-State. I never really gave them a chance because they were horrible back then.
I do have to ask, was it a duffel bag? Was it like a paper bag?
It was a brown
Walmart
paper bag.
Ooh, they're bootlegging it.
Yeah. And they got it from Rainbow Foods. Literally. I used to work at Rainbow Foods. I used to push carts out there. So they probably went to the bank. There was a bank there across the street and went and got a bag of Rainbow Foods. So not telling on anybody who cares, but didn't work out. So anyways, Jay Foreman, Austin Norman, we're going to take a quick break. Then we're going to come back, talk about the NBA action. Ja Morant is back. He came with his supposed mentor, which was Derrick Rose, to the stadium or to the arena. I want to get Austin's thoughts on that. I want to get Austin's thoughts on the Lakers raising the banner, and LeBron was not happy about it. Jay Foreman, Austin Norman, we're going to take a quick break and come back.
Back to Old School with DP and J on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Action Plumbing, Heating, Air, and Electric is the call I make when I have a need for plumbing services. Whether it's for my home or office, if I need a repair to a water heater, softener, or even my garbage disposal, I know I can count on Action to help. In one simple call, their amazing customer service team promptly schedules a service call, often getting to my needs within a day. Action delivers honest quality services we can count on. To learn more, visit actionlincoln.com.
The Mill Coffee and Tea inside our 93.7 The Ticket studio is now open 7 days a week. From 8 a.m. to 5 p.m. on weekdays and 8 a.m. to 1 p.m. on Saturday and Sundays, you can enjoy burritos, cinnamon rolls, fresh brewed coffee, delicious tea, or even their coffee and cream ale. Sold exclusively at the Ticket Mill location. Open 8 a.m. to 5 p.m. on weekdays and 8 a.m. to 1 p.m. on the weekends. Right here at 1040 O Street in downtown Lincoln.
Gary with Gary Michaels Clothiers Lincoln. I'm here to tell you about our custom shirt program. When you come into the store, we measure your chest, mid-waist, and sleeve length. Enter the measurements in an app, and we create your data fit size. You then try on one of our 99 data fit shirts for the proper fit. After that, pick out the fabric, collar, cuff, placket, and in roughly 2 weeks, your shirts are delivered at the same cost of buying off the rack. And by the way, the neck fits too. Gary Michaels Custom Shirts at 56th and Pine Lake Road, Lincoln.
Are you working in or looking to get into the electrical construction industry? The electrical workers of local union 265 are now hiring licensed journeymen and apprentices and are offering great pay and benefits. Call Mike at 402-875-1034 to apply. Start your electrical career today.
Belmont Chiropractic and Novotny Nutrition and Wellness specialize in getting rid of people's pain quickly and permanently.
For 31 years, they've been extremely successful with advanced techniques in pain relief using spinal adjustments and decompression, detoxification, diet and lifestyle modification, and more. They are fully equipped to handle the most seasonal athlete, weekend warrior, car accidents, strains, sprains, and more. Is there anywhere you're experiencing pain on your body, or are you fighting decreased energy and depression? Consult Belmont Chiropractic and Novotny Nutrition and Wellness first at 402-476-8619.
When it comes to tackling your fall projects, having the right equipment can make a huge difference. At Sunbelt Rentals, they have an extensive line of tools and equipment to help complete any job. From lawn and landscape equipment to hand tools, pressure washers, portable generators for you tailgaters, and much more. Sunbelt Rentals makes it easy to get what you need when you need it. Drop in to see the experts at 5450 Alvo Road in Lincoln, or visit sunbeltrentals.com today to learn how Sunbelt Rentals can make it happen for you.
I'm Sergeant Jones with the Nebraska State Patrol. Driving drunk puts everyone on the road at risk. In Nebraska, over 30% of all roadway fatalities occur in alcohol-related crashes, and every one of those could have been prevented. The decision to give your keys to a sober driver could be the decision that prevents a roadway tragedy. Help keep Nebraska roads safe and always drive sober. This message is presented by the Nebraska State Patrol and the NDOT Highway Safety Office.
Gaina Trucking is hiring CDL Class A and B drivers. Gaina Trucking guarantees a 40-hour work week year-round, and their strong team culture makes it not a job, but a career. Gaina Trucking offers health, vision, and dental insurance, 401k with company match, an employee assistance program, and other bonus programs. Build a better career today with great team culture at Gaina Trucking. Learn more and apply today at GainaTrucking.com.
New year, new career. The new year is just around the corner. Why not start it off strong with a new career? General Excavating is looking for qualified underground utility project managers. Check out our website, generalexcavating.com, or call 402-467-1627 for more information. Happy holidays from General Excavating.
Rashawn Jackson here for Bauer Infrastructure, a veteran-owned local company proudly serving Lincoln, Lancaster County, and the surrounding areas. Bauer provides quality work at an affordable price, and they're growing rapidly. If you want to experience a career with a fast-paced, family-friendly environment, visit BauerInfrastructure.com. They have top-of-the-line benefits, year-round work, even through the winter. Bauer, usher in the new era of infrastructure to an area near you. And as always, go Big Red.
The Southern Pecan Cake from Beatrice Bakery. They don't just let you call anything Southern, especially when it's baked right here in Nebraska. There are standards you have to meet, like a rich, decadent, moist caramel cake? Check. Bursting with too many large pecans to count? Check. Big enough to share with the whole group? Check. But delicious enough that you won't want to share? A big check on that one. The Southern Pecan Cake, the newest cake to the Beatrice Bakery lineup. Try it for yourself at Beatrice Bakery. Online at BeatriceBakery.com. Welcome to our world of yum.
Alexa, play 93.7 The Ticket.
Okay, playing 93.7 The Ticket.
Alexa, turn down the lights.
Dimming the lights.
Alexa, order a pizza. The big one. All the toppings.
Are you sure that's a good idea?
Alexa.
That's a lot of pizza for just one man.
Alexa, just do it. Stop judging me, just do it.
As you wish.
Thanks, Alexa. You're my best friend. Back to old school with DP and J on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Hey, I think the headphones though are like 8-0 against me. No, they're great, they're great headphones, but when you're trying to put them on, you don't have you kind of want to get a little bit of a break and stuff. But
and they twist inside out on.
I like them. Yeah. I should be like Kyler Murray and bring my gaming headsets in there, and then we'll be all good. But we're back, old school, live here at 1040 O Street. If you want to be technical and drop a pin, 11th and O Street. If you want to be in the general area. Look, man, that was the most excitement that we saw in the fan camp. We got a slot receiver. Listen, Husker fans, you do not have to worry. We will find that man. My man, the chariots of fire, man. If that dude would have got hit, I probably would have had to go out and save him. because he was not moving quickly. But anyways, we're going to jump into some NBA talk. Ja Morant has served his 25-game suspension. The Memphis Grizzlies have felt it, both on the court, in the locker room, this offseason. Dylan Brooks left, who I think Dylan Brooks, they got sick of him in some of his antics, which were completely stupid. He was like Lance Stevenson on steroids.
Mm-hmm.
But I think they lost a piece of themselves when he's gone. Because now you see him in Houston, he's actually got some leadership skills. And then the whole drama with Ja Morant, I think just towards the end of the season last year, wore him out. And then this offseason wore him out even more. We'll see if he has learned from it, but they look horrible right now.
6-19 through 25 games for the team that was 57-25 last year, something like that, and got the 2 seed in the West. It's incredible how far they fell, because typically the Grizzlies with Ja Morant haven't had much of a difference in their net rating when he's on or off the court.
Yeah, last year, years prior.
Right.
Yeah.
But they lose my guy, Tyus Jones.
Yep.
He goes out. They ship Dylan Brooks out. So you lose again, like
Steven
you said,
Adams.
Steven Adams,
which was
well.
Probably the biggest loss.
Right.
Because
that leadership, that presence.
The physical presence.
Mhm.
He could give you 10 and 10. He was the guy when they were struggling a little bit last year. They had a team meeting. Obviously, guys were going out too much. But he was a guy that could rally the troops, and he was an extension from upstairs, head coach, to the locker room. He got hurt early in training camp?
Something like that. Yeah.
Out for the season.
Mhm.
So it's been a downward spiral, kind of like of some bad luck. What do you expect from Ja Morant tonight when he comes back?
I have no idea what to expect from Ja, because he's a guy that I still think is an emotional type of player. So I could see him go for, 45 and 10 pretty easily. He's been, working back in shape, and, he's going to get every opportunity. I could also see him fading kind of into the background, 13 and 7.
Yeah.
Just trying to ease back into it. But regardless of what it is, Memphis this season isn't so far gone to where it's unsalvageable. They can still, make a climb back to get into the playoffs. But that's secondary, right? I'm most curious to see how Ja Morant handles the attention tonight.
Yeah.
Handles the spotlight. I would like to think he'd be on his best behavior during the game and then in the post-game presser. But then the next couple days, as the shine starts to fade, as it becomes more normal that he's back, has Ja Morant changed? Has he learned any lessons? First suspension of 8 games, I think it was, didn't work. We'll see if it works for Draymond Green, but Draymond's older, right? Ja Morant is hypothetically still young and impressionable, has time to change and make a new name for himself. It's on him to make the most of the second chance on and off the court.
Yeah, it's going to be interesting to see how he just finishes out the season, and when he starts to get, I would say, his sea legs back and gets back, because you might get that uptick of adrenaline. The team's ready to welcome him back. He's done what he's needed to do to satisfaction, and he plays really well tonight. And then he plays a couple more games, and then he's like, oh well, he goes for 1 of 12 and see how he handles it then. But then also, how does he handle the off days? Being in Denver, that's where it all started, in Denver or anywhere else. And how does he, handle his, I guess, celebrity status that was obviously hurt by this, but then also, how does he handle himself to do better? Is it genuine? And he can apologize all he wants, but the best apology is a change in behavior or an adjustment in behavior. And that's what he's fought. It's essentially tooth and nail. And you got to think with him, granted, I doubt he'll ever have to work again after he's done playing, and he will continue to make a ton of money. I know he gets probably money from Nike as his own shoe and all that. But at the end of the day, you cost yourself $39 million.
That's
$39 million. You will never be able to replace that. You will continue. You can make $39 more dollars. You know what I mean, through NBA compensation, but you can't get the $39 million that you forfeited by being an idiot. That had to weigh on him. Also, he has to change who he hangs out with, and how long will that happen? And what is that relationship like? Do you owe some sort of fictitious debt to whoever you were hanging out with? Where did it come from?
Mhm.
And I'm not here to judge it where anybody grew up or anything like that, but you willingly put yourself in these situations
Mhm.
by trying to be a millionaire gangster or something like that. I don't know if Austin, if you were able to see the court hearing when he was talking about, when he hit the teenager,
Yeah.
or like when she asked him, are those earrings real? You very easily could have said yes.
Mhm.
He's like, well, I'm a millionaire. That they didn't ask you. You just asked, are those earrings real? Right.
Right.
Because here's where I worry about him. And I get it. You probably feel he wasn't just protecting himself, right? He's not a very big dude. He's not like LeBron,
No, not at all.
So there's teenagers that can run up on you and give you a 2-piece chicken sandwich real quick. So I understand that. And when you're on the court, it does get combative, right? And he's not very old either. It's not like he's 30 something. He's in the early 20s. But what worries me is just his answer and his body language. Right? There's sometimes where you have to always try to fight another day. Fight your battle now, later.
Mhm.
You're not in a power position anymore. You're suspended by the NBA. If you don't think the NBA and their offices were watching that tooth and nail, that lets you know you're not aware of your surroundings and you're not aware of yourself. That's how he got in this position.
Mhm.
So it's going to be interesting to see tonight, see how he's, the reception he gets, not only from his teammates, right? Do they make him work his way back in there? Because look, Desmond Bane is really taking off,
Mhm.
right? He's trying to get paid too. He's been a guy that they've been waiting to step up. He always was the third or fourth option. Well, Steven Adams is gone, right? Brooks is gone, who took a lot of unnecessary shots, but he was a senior there. Ja Morant's gone. He's excelled with him being gone. Who takes over the reins of the lead dog now? Has your time passed? There's a lot that's going on in that little city of Memphis.
There sure is. And it's an organization that I don't think has had a star the level of Ja Morant before. So it's really learning how to deal with a star of that caliber, of that level. So Taylor Jenkins, good luck, man. You're going to need it. This is a tricky, delicate situation to walk, because not only do you want him and Ja Morant to be the face of your franchise, the NBA was getting ready to make him the face of the league.
Yeah.
At least the American face of the league. You have your Lukas and your Giannis's and your Embiids and whatnot. But the NBA is still searching for that American guy to take the torch, really,
Right.
as LeBron's career, at least we think, is winding down to some degree.
Yeah.
Steph is closer to the end than the beginning. KD closer to the end than the beginning. So that's where you're looking for a Ja Morant to step up. Or the other guy that I think is interesting to monitor throughout all of this is Zion Williamson.
Right.
He hasn't had the legal troubles that Ja Morant has. I get that.
Right.
But I think if I'm Zion, this is a wake-up call to me too. Like, this is one of my childhood buddies, played AAU together.
Right. Got discovered because of Zion.
Right. They took basketball away from him for 25 games. Like, what was I doing? Why did I drop the ball? Why didn't I step up into that void? Like, it can all be gone so quickly. So to see how, obviously, Morant makes his comeback, but if that has an effect on Zion Williamson too, is definitely what I'm going to be monitoring.
I want to ask you this. With the NBA, when you think of star power, right? NBA was great NBA's been very lucky, right? I think the NFL at times took a little bit of a downturn. Especially obviously now look at quarterback play. I don't think you're not with Peyton and all those guys,
right?
And Brady, right? You just had two phenomenal. I mean, you had a ton of quarterbacks that were Hall of Fame-esque. Whereas, like, you got to think it went from Magic and Bird, right? Or Dr. J, Magic and Bird. You throw Kareem and all them in there, right? Then you get Jordan, Kobe, Shaq, right? And everybody else mixed in there. And then next thing you know, when Kobe's kind of on his way out, boom, LeBron, boom, KD, boom, Steph Curry, kind of out of nowhere, right? You got to think Steph Curry in his first year or two was thought of. I remember watching him get drafted. They was like, he'll just be a situational basketball player, shoot threes, got bad ankles and all that. He's one of the all-time greats. Is the NBA, you follow it as closely as anybody, know all the knowledge. In your opinion, do you think the NBA is in trouble? Because they don't have forget American star, somebody that can really carry it to the next person.
The NBA is trending toward being in trouble. I think basketball as a sport is still growing enough in popularity that NBA basketball will be fine.
Right.
I think that they need to find that guy quick. Like, I think Giannis would be a potential option.
Yeah.
I
but
don't
does he
think
have the personality in the cachet with it? Or
that's just the thing.
Or will they force him to a bigger market?
There's that,
Right.
I think I love the idea of Giannis as a face. I'm just not sure the NBA is.
Right.
Luka, still questions about his conditioning, even though that man is balling. Strick and I talked about it today.
Yeah.
Luka,
He give
rough
you the
around the
business.
edges.
Right.
So I don't think he's a face. Embiid,
No.
too active on Twitter still.
Yeah.
In the
Joker.
process, Joker
He's
doesn't
gone.
care enough.
Yeah, he's
Tatum is working his way into that conversation, but not there yet. Anthony Edwards just popped up out of nowhere with some stuff. So maybe it's him. I don't think Chet Holmgren has that in him. I don't think Wemby is there for another 4 or 5 years. The NBA is going to be in a bit of a waiting period. They either need, a teen phenom, whether it's, Wemby to take that step forward next year. Cooper Flag, I don't think it's going to take the NBA by storm.
No, he's going to be a good player, though. But
he will.
Yeah.
So, the NBA is going to enter kind of a power vacuum at the top. You don't know whose NBA it's going to be.
Yeah, that's why I think they're in a little bit of trouble because they've been so blessed. But that doesn't mean that the NBA is just going to go defunct or, lose their place, right? I just think you're going to see the NBA trend towards who can be the better teams, right? So this is a time, whether you're Oklahoma City with all that young talent, the Timberwolves this is the best they've played in a while. I'm looking at the Sacramento Kings, Denver Nuggets for the next 2 or 3 years based on how healthy Joker can stay and how much he's motivated to keep playing.
Right.
And then when you look at, Boston, can they ever figure out it's a perfect opportunity for the Milwaukee Bucks and Giannis to really stake hold of the NBA. They can do it defensively. They got another star power player with Middleton. They are
Dame.
Dame. He was my number 2, and then Middleton's their number 3. They are primed to take over for a 2 or 3 year run.
Right.
And then hopefully, whether it's Wemby or somebody else coming up, or Edwards goes to another, bigger city and teams with somebody and they really go off. But if not, it's going to be a few years before you get a player, and he might not never even reach the height of LeBron, but close to it, to where he's so dominant because they're running out of gas. I mean, LeBron's been playing phenomenal this year, but KD is long in the tooth. He's not as quick, and rightfully, shouldn't be. Steph Curry is the same. But then
Steph is getting more miles put on his body this year than any year since
before.
the year that he put up like 35 with Draymond and Clay out. Right.
Because
this isn't a year. This is 2 years for Steph this year.
Yeah, and it's a lot on him. And then also when they're not winning. So now you lose a little bit of that profile. So it'll be interesting to see, Tatum, and I think with Brown is just kind of Tatum's there, but not really. So it's going to be interesting to see not only John Morant, but then also Zion.
Someone on the text line said Halliburton. Not yet.
Not yet.
He busted out.
Yeah.
He's an all-star this year. I don't think he's a face of the league type of guy.
They would have to get a magical. They can do it in the East now.
If he was in New York, yes. If he's in Indiana,
they need to go on a magical run.
Yeah.
And he needs to go to a bigger market. And a lot of that has to go to it. And look, he's a great player. He has a phenomenal personality. Good looking dude. So he has all the tools to do there. He's just in a small market right now. So and the funny thing is he went from Sacramento to Indianapolis. The 2 of the smallest is out there. So we'll see. Anyways, good NBA segment. Jay Foreman, Austin Orman. We're going to take a break and come back and send you guys off on this crazy Tuesday. We'll be right back.
You're listening to Old School with DP and J. Download the mobile app and listen wherever you are on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Working at Continental in Lincoln isn't a job, it's a career. And right now, they've raised wages again, and they're hiring for production operators at $24.62 per hour, which grows to $28.97 per hour within 3 years. Skilled trade positions now start at $33.36 per hour, with opportunities to make more based on certifications. Continental also has salary jobs available and great benefits, plus medical and prescription costs at very low premiums. Dental, vision, and life insurance are offered at no premium cost to the associates, with increased bonuses and vacation for new hires. To learn more or apply, go to continentaljobs.com with keyword Lincoln. Come work at Continental today.
Alexa, play 93.7 The Ticket.
Okay, playing 93.7 The Ticket.
Alexa, turn down the lights.
Dimming the lights.
Alexa, order a pizza. The big one. All the toppings.
Are you sure that's a good idea?
Alexa.
That's a lot of pizza for just one man.
Alexa, just do it. Stop judging me, just do it.
As you wish.
Thanks, Alexa. You're my best friend.
Load up on meat and more this holiday season at the Mercado by Certified Piedmontese at 84th and Havelock. This week's specials through December 19th is spend $40 and get a free ribeye. Keep posted to the Mercado's social media pages for other specific daily deals from the 13th through the 24th. Don't forget their 2 new locations now open at 30th and Yankee Hill in Lincoln and 168th and Maple in Omaha. Get to the Mercado today for the best meat in town.
Concrete Industries, a Nebco company, has immediate job openings for precast production laborers. Concrete Industries offers great pay, health benefits, 401k, a wellness program, holidays, and paid time off. Apply today to earn a starting pay of $20 per hour and a $1,500 hiring bonus. Concrete Industries is hiring all experience levels and offers on-the-job training. Start your career today as a precast production laborer. Visit concreteindustries.com.
Gary with Gary Michaels Clothiers Lincoln. I'm here to tell you about our custom shirt program. When you come into the store, we measure your chest, mid-waist, and sleeve length. Enter the measurements in an app, and we create your data fit size. You then try on one of our 99 data fit shirts for the proper fit. After that, pick out the fabric, collar, cuff, placket, and in roughly 2 weeks, your shirts are delivered at the same cost of buying off the rack. And by the way, the neck fits too. Gary Michaels Custom Shirts at 56th and Pine Lake Road, Lincoln.
Ready to upgrade your combine with new technology to make your harvest more efficient, meaning more money in your pocket? The team at Landmark Implement is here to help find the right combine for harvest. Plus, when you purchase a pre-owned combine from Landmark, you are backed by Landmark's extensive parts and service network, along with mobile techs and parts drop-off points to keep you up and running, reducing downtime. View inventory online at landmarkimp.com or stop by your local Landmark to experience the Landmark difference.
Concrete Industries, a Nebco company, has immediate job openings for precast production laborers. Concrete Industries offers great pay, health benefits, 401k, a wellness program, holidays, and paid time off. Apply today to earn a starting pay of $20 per hour and a $1,500 hiring bonus. Concrete Industries is hiring all experience levels and offers on-the-job training. Start your career today as a precast production laborer. Visit concreteindustries.com. New year, new career. The new year is just around the corner. Why not start it off strong with a new career? General Excavating is looking for qualified underground utility project managers. Check out our website, generalexcavating.com, or call 402-467-1627 for more information. Happy holidays from General Excavating.
At Union Bank, people don't have your money. Your money has people. First home people, investment people, people who answer the phone and your chats, dream car people, dream retirement people, driving your dream car in your dream retirement people, small business people, credit card people, and all the other people you need. At Union Bank, our people help you do more than you dreamed possible. So stop in and say hello. We can't wait to see you. Union Bank and Trust, member FDIC.
When it comes to tackling your fall projects, having the right equipment can make a huge difference. At Sunbelt Rentals, they have an extensive line of tools and equipment to help complete any job. From lawn and landscape equipment to hand tools, pressure washers, portable generators for you tailgaters, and much more. Sunbelt Rentals makes it easy to get what you need when you need it. Drop in to see the experts at 5450 Alvo Road in Lincoln, or visit sunbeltrentals.com today to learn how Sunbelt Rentals can make it happen for you.
WWE Friday Night SmackDown returns to Lincoln, January 12th, 6:45 p.m. Pinnacle Bank Arena.
Let's throw down right now.
See Rey Mysterio, LA Knight, Bobby Lashley, The Street Profits, Charlotte Flair, Io Sky, Carlito, and more. It's WWE's Friday Night SmackDown in Lincoln, January 12th. Tickets start at $25 and on sale now. Ticketmaster.
I'm Sergeant Jones with the Nebraska State Patrol. Driving drunk puts everyone on the road at risk. In Nebraska, over 30% of all roadway fatalities occur in alcohol-related crashes, and every one of those could have been prevented. The decision to give your keys to a sober driver could be the decision that prevents a roadway tragedy. Help keep Nebraska roads safe and always drive sober. This message is presented by the Nebraska State Patrol and the NDOT Highway Safety Office.
Back to Old School with DP and J on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
We're back. Good day here. The excitement was about an hour ago. I hope he didn't leave a little something in his pants. But anyways, good day here. We covered some recruiting stuff. Big day tomorrow. We got a full coverage from early break all the way up until Old School of the signing period. So I'm sure they'll have the fax noise going off. And but we were able to jump into some NFL stuff, NBA stuff, obviously recruiting, and so forth and so on. So and that team down there in the Little Apple was trying to drop it back. I wonder if I could still get that. And what's funny is that when we went and played K-State 2 years later,
mm-hmm. It was sitting on your locker?
No, I wish. I would have took it then. The dude that came to the door had a purple Cadillac or something like that, and I saw him riding down there. I knew who he was or whatever, so it was pretty cool to see him. But anyways, good show. Appreciate the participation on the text line. Be sure to do it tomorrow. We're going to want all your thoughts, and on signing day, hopefully we get to that 28 or 30. That means we're doing good things, and I will promise you this. Somehow, some way, because it's never been done before, Matt Rule and staff will get to 85 scholarships whenever they have to be. I can promise you they're going to do that. I don't think they're going to try to run out there and break an NCAA rule and figure that they're going to kick off the first game. So pump the brakes a little bit. Anyways, we're going to go and we're going to turn it over to Amon Green. And then at 7:30, me and Nick Upgrade Sainer are going to be calling the Lincoln Southeast Omaha West Side game.
Make sure Nick's on his best behavior.
Hey, Nick, he's getting the Gus Johnson now. He's getting the basketball version of Gus Johnson. I can't wait. Anyways, Jay Foreman, Austin Orman, we'll holler at you tomorrow.
New year, new career. The new year is just around the corner. Why not start it off strong with a new career? General Excavating is looking for qualified underground utility project managers. Check out our website, generalexcavating.com, or call 402-467-1627 for more information. Happy holidays from General Excavating. The Mill Coffee and Tea inside our 93.7 The Ticket studio is now open 7 days a week. From 8 a.m. to 5 p.m. on weekdays and 8 a.m. to 1 p.m. on Saturday and Sundays, you can enjoy burritos, cinnamon rolls, fresh brewed coffee, delicious tea, or even their coffee and cream ale. Sold exclusively at the Ticket Mill location. Open 8 a.m. to 5 p.m. on weekdays and 8 a.m. to 1 p.m. on the weekends, right here at 1040 O Street in downtown Lincoln.
Whether you're booking a trip to Lincoln for a football game or a volleyball weekend, the Scarlet Hotel at Innovation Campus is the place for you. The Scarlet Hotel is special on many levels, from the delicious Well and Good restaurant on the main floor to the coolest rooftop patio bar in Lincoln, the Barred Owl, on the top floor of the hotel with great views of the city and one of the coolest drink menus. Book your stay or book a staycation today at scarlethotelnebraska.com.
When you think of places with tons of great beer selections and amazing food menu in Omaha, the conversation should start and end with Bärischen Beer Garden in Benson. With more than 30 beers on tap, including several German options, you're sure to find something you like. And don't forget their Nashville hot chicken sandwich or any of their delicious hamburgers. Start off with the warm house-made pretzels and you're on to a great day at Bärischen Beer Garden in the heart of Benson in Omaha.
Rosie Sports Bar and Grill, open for lunch and dinner at 10th and P or at 1501 Center Park Road.
Ready to upgrade your combine with new technology to make your harvest more efficient, meaning more money in your pocket? The team at Landmark Implement is here to help find the right combine for harvest. Plus, when you purchase a pre-owned combine from Landmark, you are backed by Landmark's extensive parts and service network, along with mobile techs and parts drop-off points to keep you up and running, reducing downtime. View inventory online at landmarkimp.com or or stop by your local Landmark to experience the Landmark difference.
Rico here with HIS Auto Care at 70th and